When the Montreal Canadiens beat the Minnesota Wild last Sunday 8-1, they didn't just outscore them. It's like it took all the scoring right out of them. Every little bit, because 3 games have gone by and the Habs have not found the net since. That includes a 7-0 pounding by the Bruins on Thursday. As John Liu reports, after 3 shutouts, Jacques Martin had seen enough, and he went old school on his team Sunday morning. Max Domi has been introducing himself to the country this week, playing for Team Ontario at the Canada Games in Halifax. The 15-year-old son of Ty Domi, Max is defining his own style in the game, and he's had lots of advice growing up around some of hockey's elite. So the kid has many hockey role models, although none of them seem to be his father. Claude Faig reports. Roger Goodell and Jeff Pash made a promise back in January, and they are honoring it. The commissioner and the NFL general counsel vowed they would slash their salaries if there was a work stoppage. One day into the lockout, they've cut their salaries to $1 each. Goodell makes $10 million a year, Pash almost $5 million. And there's no loophole. Goodell even asked the compensation committee to delay any bonus payments to him until a settlement is reached. ESPN's Adam Schefter has the details on what both sides do now. Well, by now the Seinfeld references have been done to death, as if that's possible. Milos Raonic is more than just a fun side note for Canadian tennis fans. His rise has been meteoric. In his first ever ATP final, he beat Fernando Verdasco last week at the ATP stop in San Jose. Saturday in Memphis, he was poised for his 2nd straight final appearance. Keep in mind, this is just his 9th ATP World Tour event. And with a ranking of 156 at the end of 2010, his success at this tournament will vault him into the mid-30s. It wasn't just a matchup between 2 of the league's MVP candidates, LeBron James and Derrick Rose. This was an important game for the Miami Heat, who needed to make a statement against the Bulls. The Heat and their touted Big Three had lost 3 straight, the last 2 in shocking fashion, as you saw. They were 1-8 against the NBA's top 5 teams coming in, including 0-2 against Chicago. And we pick it up in the 3rd. Derrick Rose capitalizes on the LeBron turnover and gets the ridiculous lay-in to fall. Bulls were down 2 after 3. Early in the 4th, Luol Deng cans the mid-range J, the Bulls' first lead since early in 1st. Dwayne Wade responds, somehow gets the circus putback to fall off his own miss. Then it's Rose, sinking the pull-up over Mike Miller, 2 of his game-high 27, Chicago up by 6. Under 2 to play, LeBron drops the rainbow fade, 2 of his 26, giving the Heat a chance to tie. And Mario Chalmers will do it with the trade. We're tied at 84. Now the Heat have the lead by 2 now. Deng at the free throw line. He misses the 2nd attempt, but Mike Miller pushes Deng in the back, or does Deng just trip here? Not sure, but Deng will go back to the line anyway, and he would hit both free throws. Bulls are up by 1, giving Miami last possession with 16 ticks left. Now, the dying seconds of play have not been kind to the Heat all season. Just once in 14 tries have they been able to hit a tying or a go-ahead shot in the final 10 seconds of regulation or OT. So how would it play out with Miami down 1 in this one?
James on Noah, James to the left, James shot no good! Rebound is loose, kept alive by Wade for the win! No! The Miami Heat don't close again!
Once again, Miami cannot get it done. Chicago wins by 1.
1-0 Carolina here in Raleigh, where we're joined by Holly Horton.
And Chris, that power play goal was really big for Carolina in 2 ways. First of all, they had been 0 for 26 in their last 6 with the man advantage. And second, they are 17-0-1 when leading after the first period. Both very big reasons why the Leafs will want to equalize before this period's out.
We saw some physical play. We saw some very potent offenses. This is what we can expect from Boston Bruins hockey going forward into the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. We weren't happy with our start in our first period, and we wanted to push the place and play at our level, and that's what we felt like we did in the second. And we got to keep pushing the pace and keep playing with that intensity.
I was going to say, you're only a period away from clinching the Northeast Division. What do you need to do between now and then in order to clinch?
Just get pucks and people at the net. That's the main thing. I think when we take the puck to the net and we have guys banging in for rebounds, that's when we're getting goals.
Thank you, Milan.
All right, thank you.
After 14 years in the NBA, Steve Nash knows not to look too far into the future. The Victoria native was rumored as possible trade bait before the deadline. Now, with that deadline come and gone and Nash still a Phoenix Sun, he is focused on the here and now.
I'm open to whatever they want to do. I mean, if they want to move me, I'm open to that. If they want to keep me, I'm open to that too. So, you know, I mean, a lot of people are like, why don't you ask for a trade? Well, you could ask for a trade and go to a team that's in a worse position than you're in. So I try to be thankful for what I have. Great teammates, great coach, a city that, you know, I've had a lot of success and enjoyment in, and just want to play until they tell me it's time to move on.
As for his own timetable for retirement, Nash remains consistent as ever. The two-time MVP leads the Suns in points and assists and is coming off the greatest statistical season for a point guard 35 years or over in NBA history. Still, Kid Canada is not a kid. At 37, are these his golden years in the league?
Generally, I feel as though I've got as much to give as I ever had, and I feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm anywhere near like a point in the season where I'm, you know, need to exhale. I feel like bring it on, and I'm ready to go and hopefully play into the playoffs for a long time.
He enjoys the game, and his positive attitude, you know, through thick and thin is I think is what's contagious to our team and what's really helped us get over 500.
Nash currently sits 7th on the list for all-time assists, and while he continues to rack up dimes, he maintains that positive attitude and his standards for success.
You got to take the good and the positive with the bad, and this year's been bad for us by our standards, but we've still got a chance, so that's a situation that I feel very thankful for.
Holly Horton, TSN, Toronto.